When should you call 911? Call 911 immediately if you or someone you're aware of is having a medical emergency, such as severe chest pain, difficulty breathing, choking, stroke symptoms, severe bleeding, unconsciousness, severe allergic reactions, or any situation where a person's life is in immediate danger. If you or someone you're aware of is having one of these medical emergencies, call 911 right now. Hello, and welcome to House Calls. I'm Dr. Eduardo Sanchez, Chief Medical Officer for Prevention at the American Heart Association. On House Calls, I answer the questions that people search for online. And one question in particular keeps me awake at night. How do you know when to call 911? My fear is that someone may search online when they should be calling 911. And during emergencies, every minute counts. Today, I'm talking about when you should or should not call 911, as well as some of the reasons people feel unsure about it. I hope that you're never in a situation in which you need emergency help. But if you are, don't hesitate to call 911. Some people don't, and that's a big problem. So why might someone hesitate to call 911, even in a life-threatening situation? Uncertainty about the severity of the situation, especially if they've never experienced something like this before, might be a reason. And let's face it, that's most people. Ambiguity about the situation. For example, someone has chest pain and they think it's heartburn. Fear of overreacting. In that case, they should rely on the highly trained dispatcher to determine if emergency services are warranted. In some cultures, there may be a tendency to distrust authority or handle situations within the family, but 911 is for situations that only trained emergency personnel know how to handle. And some people may be fearful of financial ramifications, legal repercussions, or retaliation from perpetrators. But 911 is for life-threatening emergencies that need to be immediately addressed. Calling 911 in an emergency is always the best option. Dispatchers are trained to extensively ask questions about the situation, people involved, and location. They have protocols and tools to determine the threat level, prioritize the calls, and dispatch appropriate emergency services, such as fire, paramedics, police, or even multiple agencies. And if the dispatcher decides that an emergency does not require help, there is no penalty for being wrong. Medical emergencies are not the only reason to call 911. There are others that you may be wondering about, including instances in which you should seek safety first and then call 911. Fire? Call 911. Crime or suspicious activities? Call 911. Violence, such as an active shooter? Call 911. Public safety threats, such as traffic accidents that are blocking traffic or could involve injuries? Call 911. Hazardous materials or downed electrical wires? Immediate threats from natural disasters such as wildfires, floods, tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, or any situation in which people need to be evacuated or warned quickly. And last, missing persons, especially children, call 911. If in doubt, just call 911 and describe the situation. Dispatchers are there to help you. Let's say your emergency does not meet the criteria of an immediate threat to life. In that case, it is not an emergency and you should not call 911. For example, do not call 911 for minor injuries, traffic accidents without injuries, noise complaints, or situations that do not pose an immediate danger. Calling 911 should be reserved for genuine emergencies to ensure that personnel can respond quickly to the people who need it most. And there are other phone numbers that you can call to talk to police, receive medical advice, get other kinds of information, or report inconveniences. If you have questions about health conditions, I'd love to hear from you. Comment below, hit subscribe, join me here next time for answers you can trust.